Hello, everybody. Today, I would like to talk about special interests. A lot of autistic people have something called special interests, and it might involve stuff that a lot of other people, neurotypical people, might not understand exactly, or might not have interest in. Some, might have interest in sharks. Some might have an interest in penguins, like the character from Atypical. And yeah, some of my special interests include license plates on cars and car odometers and stuff like that. There might be an amusement with vintage stereo equipment, specifically with recording levels. You might see them on mixing consoles, and you might see them on digital audio workstation software. And in the case of recording levels and whatnot, sometimes there might be some stimming involved, at least in my case. I might not do it in public, and I might, but it only depends on if I know the other person well and they, and I feel comfortable around them enough to explain, like, hey, if I am mimicking those needle thingies that move to the music, or lights to the music of or whatever, then yeah, like there's that. I might even do, some of my stims might even be air instruments, air drums, air guitar, air piano, whatever it might be. And so, yeah, like my fascination sometimes, now I don't know if this is more of a stimming thing or if this is just another fascination thing, but a lot of times when I listen to music, because it's very important to note that, a lot of us who are on the spectrum, we love our music, and sometimes we love it. Sometimes if we really love a song, we'll play it loud and repeatedly, despite the level of trying to figure out how to say this here. The level of noise that might bother us from various things, of course, it kind of seems contrary, because it's like, you go into a recycling facility and the sound can be like 85 decibels and on like a constant 85 decibels, and we could be in there for a short period of time and it will just be absolutely uncomfortable and just too loud for us to tolerate. And then we put on our noise canceling headphones and we put on our music. If we put it on at that level, somehow there's something about how music sounds that just sounds more pleasant, even if it's at 85 decibels. I don't recommend listening at 85 decibels, especially constantly. It's kind of pushing it if you're doing 80. 75 might be okay. or even 70 for that matter. You know, like, it might be okay, you know, but you got to be aware that, you know, the louder you do it and the longer you do that, and the longer you play something at these louder levels, the more risk you have at damaging your hearing. Now, I did want to mention that I kind of had to delete Forza Part 1, unfortunately. I might repost it, but without music. Unfortunately, it got flagged with copyright. Didn't take it down, but it was flagged with copyright, and it affected my ability to track how many views that video was actually getting. What I could certainly do is put my own stuff in there that I've created myself with GarageBand. I'm still debating whether I want to do part 2 of that video, but we'll see. So far, things didn't seem like they were going well with that video, but who knows? I will try again. But in the meantime, things are the way they are. Another thing that I wanted to mention is that today I went with my dad to see the new Twisters movie. And it's actually pretty good. Like, I think there was some stuff that referenced the original movie. For example, the lines, for example, one character, you know, mentions a line, you know, says, good to see you back. And then the other character says, I'm not back. So that's clearly a reference to the original. But then you look at the visual effects, and they actually look better than the visual effects of the original. Now, I don't think this one is quite as good as the original, but it's close enough. And the only reason that the visual effects for the original Twister movie from 1996 didn't hold up quite as well is because at the time they didn't have the technology to do what they did even then. They actually had to write new software just to do some of those effects. But since then, that technology has advanced way beyond that. And the ability to make the storms and clouds look more real, yeah, that's pretty good. Now, I rate Twisters on the EF scale of 4 out of 5. Now, I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you do and you want to see more, remember to click subscribe, like, share, and comment, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.